Hi there, how are you doing? I hope all of you are doing well. And today I have come up with another video on SWOT analysis for continuous improvement. And this will help not only the leaders but every individual and even for the organization perspective. That's why I thought it will be an important topic for all of us. So let's get into it without further delay. So, what exactly is SWOT? Stands for strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. This is an essential tool, as I said, and it is going to be beneficial if you work on it and update and use it as your core reference. So, what is the benefit? Is it will enhance, it will help you to recognize your strengths, and then you can work on how you want to tweak and how you want to develop those skills. So that way you can improve. As we discussed that SWOT applies to two levels. One is organizational perspective and the other personal perspective. So we look into the details further. So when I say organizational perspective, so as it defines, it is like a guide which helps us to recognize what are our organization's strengths, what are we are able to progress in certain aspects, and there are certain areas to improve kind. So that way you can tell rather than weakness, it's an area to improve. And what are the various opportunities that we have in the market, and what are the threats that we can get maybe through the competitors or due to the product that we are utilizing. Maybe it is going to become stagnant. Anything it could be. What is going to be our status in the next 5 years? How is the business moving? Right. So this will be the next factor. So, developing a fuller awareness of the situation helps for both strategic planning and decision making. So, this is one of the important tools or a technique that is used so that it gives us certain data so that we know that what is the direction that we can go in. Now, in the organizations, the core business uses this technique, and also the HR team all uses it for recognizing the strengths and areas to improve for their employees, managing the data, because HR is a department which works with employee data a lot. So it makes sense for them to analyze various questions that have related to workforce management, their skill management, organizations, operations, opportunities. Also, we can get to know that how many people we have and what are their level of expertise and who can be promoted, who are our potential employees, what is the growth and improvement kind. Yeah. This tool is because it's a simple metrics, it can also be applied at an individual or a personal level. So it is like analyze yourself, self-analysis, perform that and make a list of your strengths. Like maybe I am very confident, I have a lot of patience, I am quite attentive, I'm a quick learner. These are all your strengths, right? So I can write very well. Like that, you can make a list of and areas to improve because you know what are the areas we struggle. So maybe it's a good idea, and later we can see how we can convert that weakness into strength. How what we can do to invest our time and effort to make all the weakness. So analyzing and recognizing would be the first step that we can do it with this tool, and then make certain changes so that you are able to improve as a robust leader. From the HR perspective, SWOT, let's look at it. So HR usually uses it to, for the internal operation perspective, to recognize what are the advantages it has within the operations. Like how do we have employees, effective employees and efficient employees with a reasonable pay and whatever benefits that we have, the ROI kind of recognition, that is return on investment. Also, quick to respond to changes. How are the operational cycle and how is it taking decisions? If they are very easy and straightforward and the process is in place, it is efficient and it is working as in a process oriented. These are all going to be the HR strengths. What are the weaknesses that we look? Maybe high existing workload, maybe the pressure of projects and so on. And the workforce management might be a little complicated one because you have to manage and use them for different shifts, and you might want to look at uh, the over time and other benefits that we might need to provide. And project planning might be again little getting complicated as the number of projects increase, and we might not find every time an expert in every area. There is a lack of expertise in certain areas, so that is always a little weakness that exists within IT industry or any other industry as well. If you see, you may not find an expert every time. Opportunity is external factors helpful to business. So uh, high demand for services offered, market share. There are new markets that require same services can offer services to new. Means there is a different ways that we can take help from the vendors, the recruiters, the different factors that business they help as a vendors for us as a service providers, and also we can get business easily with respect to certain ones. And when we are going external, there are definitely threats as well. If you see, we are working or dependent on contractors for certain service, and people are competitive, and it is difficult to maintain the same vendors, and as they get busy they may go to a different one. So maintaining and recognizing audit, considering that all these would get into these threats. So high cost of technology investment as well, because these days you have a lot of ease, but that comes with a cost. So these are various threats. We also can apply SWOT towards a personal or an employee level. So these are two examples where there's a simple example. Let's say I'm writing on my own. So for me, myself as a self-analysis, I would list all the strengths, right? So here is an example. Good interpersonal skills, motivated, something the person is having strength as weakness or areas, try to do too much at once, find uncertainty quite difficult to manage, can be single-minded, not thinking in multiple ways, and taking maybe not that great decisions. Opportunities, what this person can look at is good position at work. They have a good role and designation, and a commitment to further study is, or she is determined to study further, and also the financially support is there from the family, and they are quite balanced. But of course there is a threat for everybody in the personal end as well, like how do I balance the work at home and work life balance. No potential for promotion in my local area, so what are the priorities? So yeah, how do I recognize the priorities? How should I go about, and should I relocate? All these are questions, because this person cannot take a decision just because opportunities are less. Maybe the cost will be too high if they relocate. So these are, but at least when we list it, later we can see what changes we can do so that we can minimize the threats and we can improve the overall strengths, and try to move the weakness into the strengths. How do we develop, right? So, and you can list all the possible strengths so that you can get the real clear picture, and from the strengths how you could utilize those strengths to perform a particular activity. That would be your go-to kind of action, the next step. This is another example which says I am very creative and so on. So these are various strengths this person has. And if you look at an example of opportunity area or weakness, area of improvement, or an opportunity, I tend to move quickly to complete task which is having the impact on the quality of. When you do something very quickly without a proper planning, it may not, the quality may not be up to the mark, right? So that is one of the things. So this person has to work on that, maybe take things slow and try to work on the quality rather than just rushing up with things and so on. So these are various other things that this person has. the company is expanding and so on, so they will might get more opportunities and so on. So this is just an example for you to just go through, as different examples I have given. There are threats as an individual and so on. So I hope you're clear with the SWOT analysis and how it could be applied to organizational level and at the personal level. So I would like to invite you to do a small activity. Of course, whenever you're free, just invest some time and document your strengths. You need not share it with me or anything, just for your own review and reference. This will really help and boost your confidence, guys. You won't believe the list of strengths that you get, because we all have so many strengths we don't recognize sometimes. But when we list it, it works wonders actually, and you will be motivated to do so many things, and definitely it will boost your confidence. So by doing this, we will know our current status, what next steps we can do, and changes. Create it as a plan, and also please do share if you have any questions or comments in the comment box. So I hope this video is helpful to you, and I hope this tool, this technique also, you will use it and you will find it beneficial. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.